Frank, big winner, gets to go first here in the Bill Murray movie draft. He was born September 21st, 1950. And as I was researching this and I was getting the posters and stuff lined up, I realized there are a lot of Bill Murray movies I have never seen that are actually rated really high on Rotten Tomatoes. A lot of them. All the ones that I love and enjoy are like buried at the bottom. So Frank, what is your first choice for Bill Murray movie draft?
Going with the movie he's probably all known for. That will be Garfield.
No, Garfield 2.
Ghostbusters. I'm going to go with Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, the OG.
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters. All right. Going Ghostbusters. Brandon, it's going to be your first choice for Bill Murray.
Yeah, I have to go with Stripes.
Yeah.
Oh. The good ones are coming off the board fast.
That's what she said.
All right, so now I get to go back to back. And so I think I got to go Groundhog Day.
Right. Yeah, that's classic.
And then for my second choice, you got to go What About Bob, right?
I love that one. That's such a sneaky good movie.
It is so good.
I'm sailing.
Remember what his he wears his fish around his neck. Remember what the fish's name was?
Wasn't it Gil?
Gil the fish. It was so good. All right, Brandon, back to you. What's your second choice for Bill Murray movie?
Okay, I gotta go with, a Goonga Goonga Galunga. On your deathbed, you will have eternal peace. So at least I got that going for me. I'm going with Caddyshack.
Hey-o! Nice. Yeah, as I'm going through... So essentially what I do is I go to Rotten Tomatoes, where it lists all their movies, and then it has them ranked. And towards the top, like, number one, I think, is Ghostbusters. And then as you make your way through, and I'm like, there's a lot of movies that aren't on here. And, like, Caddyshack, oddly enough, not as high on the list as you would think it would be. All right, back to you, Frank. Frank, you get to go back to back, Jack.
The first one I'm gonna go with Scrooged.
Oh,
that's a great Christmas movie, and I love his character in there. But
it's solid.
Highly underrated, I think. I honestly think this one gets lost in the mix because when you think Christmas movies, most people are going to go with, if you like, a younger generation's probably going to pick Elf. People around our age might go with A Christmas Story or National Lampoons. Trying to think of what the other big ones are, the big hitters for Christmas movies.
This one's actually had a resurgence because the last couple of years, not last year, but AMC had the rights to it, so they would show it nonstop. So you had a younger generation that got into Scrooged because they had never seen or knew about it before, and AMC would just play it, back to back all the time. And it had like a little resurgence there for a minute of the newer generation finding out and enjoying Scrooge. They thought it was a really good movie, so it's kind of made a little bit of a comeback.
It's a damn good movie. All right, what is your third pick?
Man, there's two of them that it's like a coin flip for me, but I'm gonna go with The Life Aquatic.
I
thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Lost
movie.
one. That's Lost in Transit.
No, that's the one with Scarlett Johansson.
Where the hell? Oh, here we go. Life Aquatic.
Life Aquatic. Yeah, Life Aquatic would have been
such a great weird movie. It's so good.
It is such a Wes Anderson. Phenomenal.
Well, plus you got Jeff Goldblum, Willem Dafoe, Wilson, I think, is in it. You have
Angelica Houston.
Angelica. You have just a crazy cast of characters in there. It's just so great.
All right, so Frank's got his three. What is your final pick there,
Kate
Brandon?
Blanchett, of course, was in there.
All right. Well, I have to continue the trend here. I have to go with Rushmore.
Is Rushmore a? That's not Wes Anderson, right?
Yeah, isn't
it? It is? Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Wes Anderson.
Yeah, because there's a boatload of...
I think that's
obviously Bill Murray's...
I think he only does Wes Anderson.
I was going to say, like, here we're going to go through some honorable mentions here. Like, you have, like, Royal Tenenbaums.
But do you have The Man Who Knew Too Little on there? If you have not seen that movie, that is a great movie. He thinks he's in like a fantasy role play, but he's actually mistaken as a secret agent and all this crap. It's like almost like Mr. Bean. Like all this crap is going on around him, and he doesn't realize it's going on, and he's people are dying, and he just is completely obliterated and thinks it's fake. Thinks it's a theater show until like towards the end he finds out that it's real and freaks out. If you haven't seen it, that's a great movie.
The Man Who Knew Too Little. And of course, like I say, I mentioned this to the guys before we start doing this stuff. The person just has to be in the movie. They don't have to be the star or the lead role. So technically, if somebody wanted to pick Zombieland,
Yep.
which I think might go down as one of the greatest cameos of all time.
I think they've said that. Yeah, like that was probably the best one that has ever been. You know who they originally wanted to do it? Patrick Swayze.
Really?
Yeah, but that was close to when he was
Oh,
he had
was he
the
sick?
cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, and so he couldn't really do it. But Patrick Swayze was who the director wanted originally. And then there was like a cast of like a few other people that they wanted but couldn't get. And Bill Murray agreed to it. But yeah, Patrick Swayze was going to be your guy.
Of course, there's one other Wes Anderson flick. I remember watching this and not knowing what the hell was going on.
Well, a lot of his movies are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I was
just
like,
don't
I
know
know
until the end.
I was like, I don't know what this is. He was also Bill Murray was in Tootsie.
Mm-hmm. He was wasn't he like was he his friend or his agent? Can't remember what he was in that movie.
Bill Murray in Meatballs.
Meatballs.
What are some other ones here? Here's another Wes Anderson flick. Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is one I don't think I'd ever heard of it, but it was really highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
Broken Flowers.
I've never heard of it. This one I had, Coffee and Cigarettes. Because remember, this was a big deal when it came out. Because it's a bunch of, stories about people who, in the conversations and stuff that happens when people are having coffee and cigarettes. Now, don't forget, also one of his highly underrated movies.
Space Jam.
Larry Bird's not white. Larry Bird's clear. But my third and final pick is going to be...
Kingpin.
Good one.
He's just great in that. So here we go. So here are our triple features for Bill Murray movies. You have Frank. He's got Ghostbusters, Scrooged, and The Life Aquatic. Brandon has Stripes, Caddyshack, and Rushmore. And I have Groundhog Day, What About Bob, and Kingpin.